I walked out of the terminal building of Don Muang Airport when I first came to Thailand in the 90s, and the first thing that struck me was the unbelievable heat and more so I'd say the humidity of Thailand for the first time. And I've never really had nothing to sort of compare it to, because I think it was the furthest I'd ever been away from home in my life. And in those days, sometimes you got a TV programme about Bangkok, like Wicker's World, or maybe a travel show on ITV or something like that, Wish You Were Here. But you never got YouTube videos about Thailand and Pattaya, because not only was YouTube not invented, but I don't think anybody actually had internet in their houses in the 90s. I can't remember, but I mean, there was just nothing. There was just a few books and that was it. So I was ill prepared. And I remember getting in a taxi coming to Pattaya, and first few days didn't really like it here, to be honest. I wanted to go home. But then I met some lady and things changed and I sort of chilled out a bit. And one of the things I was picking up on was that they were obviously talking in Thai. Don't worry if it's your first trip to Thailand and you come to places like Pattaya, Phuket, Bangkok, Chiang Mai. These are places where most people will speak English to you. You don't really need to know Thai. And it was the same back then. But of course, when Thai people were talking with each other, they were talking in Thai. And I was picking up some really strange words that I thought they were saying one thing, but actually they were saying another. And the first one was, we kept on walking, you know, down the street along the beach with this lady, and people would come up to me and come up to her and try to sell things like, hey, guess what? Watches. That never happens these days. And, you know, strange little trinkets and stuff like that that you would take home as a tourist. And the lady I was with was saying, Mai ka, Mai ka. And I thought, why is she making a noise like a cat? She's saying, and like the way she said it was like, meow, meow. I thought, she's saying like meow, why is she meowing at them? And what I realised was, eventually when I learned to speak a little bit of Thai, that what she was saying was, I don't want that thing that you're offering me. And it has to be like an object. And the word mai means like a negative. Ao in Thai means to want, so not want. And then she, as a lady, put the word ka at the end of that, because ka is what girls say if you was a man, and this is a really, really good phrase to learn. Right, don't worry about your Google Translate or anything like that. Mai ao cup, mai ao cup. Right, think of it like a cat meowing. Right, it's not meow, but mai ao cup. It means I don't want that, and it's a very polite way of saying it because you put the word cup at the end of it. And that's another word that I kept on hearing when the lady I was with kept on talking, and taxi drivers were talking to her, or chefs or security, and I kept on hearing this word, crap, 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 and I'm thinking, why are they talking about shit all the time, right? Crap. And actually the word crap, I think in the world of language is what's known as a polite particle. And what it means, we don't have the same thing in the English language really. What it means is it just makes it a polite way of talking, and you hear that all the time. And like, you won't hear it when a couple of mates are talking to each other, and you might, you know, find a little friend over here, who knows, and you might be talking to her and she yaks away, but as soon as she gets on the phone and somebody phones her up or whatever, she'll actually speak a lot clearer in Thai and a lot slower, and she'll keep on using the polite particle. And for a lady, it's ka. But if you're a guy, don't ever say that word. It makes you look like a bit of a newbie. The word we use is krap. And actually, when you're talking to somebody in Thai and they're talking a lot, just to acknowledge that you understand what they're saying, just put the word kap. Kap means yes, yeah. It doesn't literally mean yes, but it's just like acknowledging that you understand what they're saying. And so the word kap comes out all the time. And it doesn't mean shit. And it's actually literally spelt in the Thai alphabet. It's K-R-A. It's actually a B on the end, but the B on the end sounds a bit like a P. So it is actually crap. But it's kind of like think of it like clicking your fingers. Cup. Okay? Oh, you might have seen I can't actually click my fingers. But it's like it's a quick sort of word. And so if you hear guys saying that all the time, they're not talking about shit, but they're just talking politely. And if you hear your lady use the word ka all the time, that means she's a very polite lady and she's talking in a nice, distinguished way to whoever she's talking with. Another word that I heard all the time when I was here for the first time in Pattaya, and I got really confused. They were talking, my lady was talking amongst friends, and she was talking about guys or customers that she had seen or met before in the bar. And she was talking about yellow men, oh yeah. See, little knock or whatever, she had a customer and he was yellow man. And I thought, yellow man? What are they saying yellow man for? And then it clicked. What they're talking about is somebody from China. Because he's a yellow man. Now, if there's Chinese people out there, right, please don't be offended by that, right? It's just what I was thinking at the time, and I thought, well, these Thai people, you know, they're quite, you know, they don't really care about offending other races. They're calling them yellow people, right? In fact, what she was saying was, Yerman. Listen to it again. Yerman. German. And the word for German in Thai is Yerman, right? And it sounds a little bit like yellow man. And so if you hear that at all in the language, and I was hearing it all the time, they're not talking about yellow man, they're talking about, you think about it, German, but that's just the way it comes out. And so, Kontinun ben kon Yerman. It means Yerman, means German. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. So, things that like confuse me, there's 3 words that you might hear when you're going along, you might pick up. Basically, if you stay in the tourist areas, you don't have to worry too much. I always say, if you want to learn a little bit of Thai before you come, Mao Cup is a perfect thing, because of people coming up to you in the tourist areas trying to sell you stuff all the time. And actually, if you say that, they think, oh no, this guy, he's been around a bit, he knows a little bit of the Thai language, I won't bother selling things to him. They'll probably go to somebody who they think is maybe a little bit more green and hasn't been here so long. One thing I would say about people that come up and try and sell you things is, if you're really not going to buy what they've got to offer, don't do what I saw some people do, and that is like, I can't remember what it was now. There was some kind of jokey things that some of the people, the hawkers that were going around the bar selling, and he took it out the package and he put it on his head and he took a photograph of himself, And then he just put it back and gave it to the guy who was selling it. And he's like, well, you're not going to buy it? He goes, oh, no, I just wanted a photograph of it. It's just like, look, this is their job, right? You're going to piss that person off if you even touch it. And I would say don't even, I wouldn't say don't talk to them, but just, male cup, that's it. There's no need to even say anything else. Look at their stuff like you're interested, because you're just going to disappoint them. And that can sometimes lead to problems. And also I would say, the people that are with you, the girls that maybe you're trying to impress in the bar, they're not going to think much of you, because actually they, you know, they're kind of on the guy's side who's selling the stuff. They want him to get a sale sort of thing. And they want their friends to say, oh, look at this guy, he's a good, you know, big spender, he's buying, like, I don't know, a novelty chicken or something off this guy. So don't engage with them if you're not going to buy anything from them. Just a very polite, may I cup, and you're good to go. 3 things there that will help you. Don't worry if you can't speak Thai. Good thing to learn possibly the numbers. Numbers is a really good one. You can start to maybe engage with the taxi drivers, or if you are in a market or something and you want to barter, not banter, with the people in the market. Doing it in Thai should get you a bit of a better bargain, right? I will say, don't do what I see sometimes, which is people going into places like 7-Eleven, Central, you know, a department store which has got set and fixed prices, and try and get try and barter down a t-shirt or something. They're not able to do that, and it will just make you look a little bit foolish, to be honest. So if you want to learn the numbers, it's good for like taxi drivers as well, because you can maybe barter down a taxi fare by, I don't know, 10 baht, 20 baht, something like that. I would always say the word Hongnam. Hongnam is toilet. Like I said, most Thai people will know the English for toilet. But if they don't, Hongnam Tinai, Hongnam Yu Tinai Kap, where's the toilet? But just say Hongnam, they'll understand. That's a good one if you're really desperate to go to the toilet and you find yourself in a place where there's not a lot of tourists around. Hongnam is a good one. One thing that struck me as well when I came here, confused me, and I thought, I started to feel like I was possibly being ripped off or something like that, but it wasn't the case whatsoever. It was about Thai nicknames. Thai people have an official name which will be on their ID card, be on their passport if they have a passport, and it will be a very long-winded Christian name, as we would call it in the UK, and a long-winded surname. But they won't call themselves by that name. They will call themselves by a nickname, and the nickname is kind of given to them at birth by their parents, but it is something that will continue throughout their lives, their nickname. Sometimes Thai people change their surnames. They're doing it all the time, actually. And it's not like a family thing with them. It's a lot of times they change their surnames, and I ask them why, and it's, oh, lucky, you know. They want to change their surname because they think their new surname will bring them better luck. But they won't ever change their nickname. So their nickname will be usually a 1-syllable word, and it will be something kind of, you know, just very, very short, and sometimes a bit cute. That's why you hear girls called Benz. I've heard that nickname a lot. I assume that is to do with the car. I don't know, I've never asked anyone. But they will have a very, very short nickname, and it will be, sometimes it will be something like Lek. Lek means small, Noi, same sort of thing, means a little. it will mean something in Thai. But when you get their ID card, and maybe you've had a girl and you're calling her Tuk, you've been calling her Tuk for a week, and you look at their ID card and there's not, it'll be in English, and the word Tuk is not on the ID card. Don't think that this girl is trying to hide anything from you or be deceptive. It's just that her nickname is not the same as her real name. She'll be given a nickname by her parents, and that's the one that she'll use. Another thing is, if you go to a go-go bar, and by the way, here comes the advert, I have a brand new bar called Rum Runner. It's on Soy Cow. Please come and join me there. I'm there from 3 p.m. every single day if you want to come down and say hello. But in my bar, for example, we have a girl called May, and then there's another girl that comes in and she's called May. She will then change her name, but just for the bar, right? So in that bar, I think the girl that was called May called herself Jen, the second girl, because there was already May, and it just stops confusion with the cashiers. It's one of the reasons why the girls in the old days, in the big go-go's that had like maybe 50, 60, 70 girls, they're always going to get duplicate names, so they just gave you a number, so the girls just had a number on them. And so it's actually easy, because you can see a girl on stage and just point to a girl and say, can I buy that girl a drink? And it's like, which one? Oh, number 221 or something like that. It's just easier. But girls will sometimes change their names if they're working in a bar to fit in, because sometimes there's like, oh, well, there's already two Mays, can you call yourself something else? All right, I'll call myself Jen then, and so on and so forth. So again, if you find that you're walking around with a girl that you've always called something, and then so everyone else is referring to her as something else, don't think she's trying to be deceptive. That's just what's happened, and you can ask her. By the way, the Thai word for nickname is Chulen, Chulen Araikap. What is your nickname? Thank you. I hope this has been helpful to you. It's been a long time since I've done one of these walk and talks. I've been going, I haven't kept going on the walk because there is a really, really heavy sun. It is very, very nice weather. We've had a little envelope of nice weather sandwiched in between all the showers that we've had recently. And also there's quite a few heavy hills here and everything, so I try to avoid going up them because I start sounding like a heavy breather on the telephone. Thank you. See you at my bar, Rum Runner, Soy Cow, from 3 p.m. till 11. Please join me there if you want to discuss any of this, or talk about funny things that you've heard in Thai that you didn't understand, or you can always put it in the comments down below. You can join the membership of the channel. We do live streams in the members. We also do a special vlog in the members, and I talk about behind the scenes at my bar. We talk figures, we talk numbers, we talk real life issues that I'm facing there. So if you're interested in all of that, you want to know what it's like to be on the other side of the bar, then come into the members. It's just £2 a month. And actually, if you're thinking of setting up a bar, buying a bar, I would always encourage it. Best of luck, but become a member and you'll get a lot of information there. But for me, Mr. Egg, I will say goodbye. Thank you. See you at Rum Runner, folks. Bye.